Not everything we see is natural. Someone may be controlling what we perceive. Divine signs, unexpected sights, and phenomena beyond imagination. Everything feels different now. Let's begin and see how Project Bluebeam may be playing with us.
Oh, holy guys.
At a family gathering for Christmas in California on the 25th of December 2025, a sudden development started to unfold not too high in the sky. It started with a bright light signature that started to shape into a gigantic flying saucer, putting everyone's reaction like on a roller coaster ride. At this point, many started to get that this was either a message from a UFO or extraterrestrials, if not a well-elaborated show that was put up by the government. Something among clouds.
Oh, holy guys.
High in the cloudy skies above Acapulco, Mexico, a man noticed a strange shadow forming among the clouds, resembling a giant moving quietly while using the dark cloud cover to stay hidden, as a rain-like atmospheric phenomenon developed and the sky briefly illuminated. Something astonishing appeared. For a few seconds, the massive silhouette of what looked like a human figure could be seen in the clouds, giving the impression of a giant walking through the sky. The footage was recorded and quickly spread online, leaving viewers shocked and curious. Many questioned whether it was simply an unusual play of light and clouds, or evidence of being made up. Return of Jesus. Footage that was captured in Venice, Italy, showing what appears to be a white-robed figure that was descending through the sky.
Praise you, Jesus. Oh, I've never seen nothing like it in my life.
Much like Jesus, which left everyone shocked and astonished. The figure, appearing human in form, rises higher and lifts its arms, with a glowing light visible within them, giving the impression of a dramatic arrival. As the video spread rapidly across the internet, it sparked intense discussion and speculation. Some viewers believed it represented the coming back of Christ as per the prophecy, while others had every theory that this was not the case. So far, no clear explanation has been confirmed regarding the true nature of the sighting. Unknown object. Pedestrians who were walking down the street in Raleigh, North Carolina on December 17, 2025, until something unidentifiable and visibly spooky appeared. At first, the night sky had a very bright yellowish luminous light signature before a peculiar dark object emerged from within it.
What is that? Dude, that's like plane height.
It is unclear if this was some kind of craft or a hovering object. If not, some asteroid debris that was floating in the sky. Due to the strange shade of light and nature of this object, the question of authenticity arose. Since the source didn't zoom in on it or not share much on it, remains a mystery.
Dude, I don't know, it's kind of scary.
Shadow of King Ghidorah. King Ghidorah seems like the only explanation for this, aside from the unusual number of heads. A family camping on a beach in Cancun, Mexico, spotted the shadow of what appeared to be a massive prehistoric creature. At first, the parents thought it was just a strange cloud formation, but gradually the shape shifted, resembling King Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, only this time with 4 heads. Watching all the heads move in sync made them wonder whether they were witnessing the legendary Ghidorah itself, or merely a fleeting shadow cast by nature.
What is it? It's going for a long time.
Sky shadows. A man filming from his apartment near the Statue of Liberty captured a disturbing scene on December 13th, 2024. Weird shadows appeared in the sky directly above the monument, making it seem as though parts of the statue were visible in mid-air. At times, it even looked like several unknown objects were positioned high above, hovering in formation. According to the witness, the shadows continued to reappear for nearly 5 minutes before slowly disappearing. Some viewers suggested the effect could have been caused by a light source below the statue, but that explanation raised doubts, since shadows normally require solid surfaces. Others believe it may have been real or possibly a highly advanced Project Bluebeam style experiment, sparking suspicions of government involvement. Illuminating skyline. An employee who stayed behind for some overtime work at his workplace in New York City witnessed this suddenly start to happen. The skyline, for reasons unknown, began blinking with different shades of light, and no visible object or source could be seen in the sky.
That is so creepy.
For explanations and answers, the possibility was largely believed to be an alleged alien mothership, which was also alleged to have been caused by the government using something like HAARP, a secret scientific facility located in Alaska, which is believed to may or may not have been the case.
Like a UFO?
Like having fireworks or some kind of
Luminous angel. That same year, in another region of the United States, the sky seemed to send a familiar sign. On July 12, 2025 in Alabama, people standing outside filmed a glowing, human-like figure suspended above. It appeared almost divine, leading many to think it was Jesus descending from the heavens. When placed beside the earlier Jesus Cloud sighting in California, the resemblance was hard to dismiss. Soon, many started to feel these events were no coincidence at all, as if the sky was trying to say something.
They're deeper in the clouds. It's so hard to look at.
Created apparition. The clip starts with someone casually filming the sky, but what appears in the clouds leaves viewers stunned. A shape eerily resembling a tall human figure seems to stand among the clouds, capturing attention and sparking widespread discussion online. While some dismissed it as a trick of light or a natural phenomenon, others suggested it might have been deliberately engineered. Speculation arose that the sighting could be a distraction, possibly created using advanced technology or atmospheric manipulation by authorities. With no official explanation provided, the mysterious figure fueled debates and theories, leaving people questioning whether the unusual formation was purely coincidental or a calculated display meant to divert attention from events happening elsewhere. Mysterious sky silhouette. On the morning of January 24th, 2020, a Danish fisherman was heading out for his usual routine when something strange appeared in the sky. A dark silhouette descended from above, and its nature was mysterious, as no one could tell whether it was an angel or something more like a demon.
¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué está bien esa nube?
Within a few minutes, the silhouette, or shadowy figure, slowly moved back upward and disappeared into the cloudy sky. It appeared to be an actual supernatural-like figure rather than something artificially created, especially since there were very few people around to witness it, making it unlikely to be part of something like Project Bluebeam. Divine apparition. This image and video were recorded on January 15th, 2024, revealing a massive angelic figure hovering close to the ground, beating its wings, releasing feathers, and producing visible shockwaves while facing the person filming. Within moments, a large bonfire-like glow appeared high on the horizon, mirroring the span of the figure's wings. From the footage alone, it felt like a divine manifestation meant to deliver a message the recorder could not fully understand. Was it a warning tied to personal actions, or a sign of some approaching event yet to unfold? Pulsing blue disc. A video recorded in 2024 has recently drawn widespread attention online. The reason was simple. It captured a crowd standing still, filming an unusual sight in the sky. A large blue disc-shaped object could be seen hovering above, emitting a strong glow while subtly changing form. Many interpreted it as a UFO. Authorities were reportedly present, observing from a distance, waiting to see if it would descend or reveal its intent. It never did. Instead, it stayed suspended, shining steadily, as though monitoring everything below. The footage then cut off without explanation. What followed remains unknown. Some wondered if it vanished entirely, while others speculated it was only a brief appearance, possibly set to return in 2025, leaving many uneasy. Mysterious eclipse. Earlier this year in Brazil, residents witnessed a startling and unusual event. The sun suddenly became hidden behind a dark object, resembling a solar eclipse, but something about it felt off. Within moments, thick black smoke began to spread across the sky, quickly covering the entire town. A phenomenon completely unlike a normal eclipse. Unlike predictable eclipses, this occurrence took everyone by surprise, leaving scientists and locals scrambling for explanations. The sky remained shrouded in darkness and smoke for nearly 2 hours, with no official word from NASA or other authorities. This speaks volumes that this could have been influenced by the powers that be. Unbelievable ocean incident. Along the coastline, witnesses were stunned when a sudden, brilliant blue light shot from the sky into the ocean. Its intense glow bathed the water in an almost unnatural radiance, leaving people scrambling for answers. The suddenness of the event, with no warning or explanation, sparked speculation among those who saw it. Was this a rare natural phenomenon, or could it be the work of governments or secretive elites testing unknown technology? As quickly as it appeared, the light vanished, leaving the crowd bewildered and questioning not just what they had seen, but who or what might have caused it. Lighted crucifix. While driving late at night through a small town in Guerrero, Mexico, on January 18, 2014, a resident noticed something unusual that immediately caught their attention. In the night sky, he could notice a visibly large crucifix that didn't seem to be held or supported by any kind of landform, which would otherwise have been easily visible. The driver took it as a kind of divine sign, though its statue-like appearance left some skeptical about believing it to be anything real, as it couldn't even be proved as a project due to its solidly built nature. Dragon in sky. In December 2012, during Disney's opening of New Fantasyland, there was a dramatic sighting that was made in the sky that left everyone mesmerized. Video from the event shows a dragon flying above New Fantasyland during a media gathering at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom. Even though it looked to be quite realistic, many assumed it was a realistic prop. Its flight patterns, movement, and audible roars made it seem unusually lifelike. Given Dragon's place in legend and fiction, some speculated it might be more than a showpiece, perhaps a highly advanced projection, or even a Project Blue Beam-style experiment designed to make observers question reality itself.
That's actually pretty awesome.
Upside-down pyramid. This footage was reportedly recorded somewhere in America during a night when dark clouds filled the sky, yet something far from ordinary appeared in the recording. With each sudden flash in the sky, a massive shadowy form briefly revealed itself above the clouds. This was not a vague outline, but a clearly defined structure, resembling an upside-down pyramid suspended overhead. Online speculation quickly followed, with many suggesting it could have been a concealed UFO momentarily exposed by the flashes. Still, with little confirmed information about the clip, the true nature of what was captured remains unknown, leaving the sighting surrounded by unanswered questions. Mystery of 3, AI Atlas. What 3I Atlas was first thought to be an alien craft first, and then just an interstellar comet that was detected earlier in the year to be crashing on Earth, didn't pan out to be anything close to it. This clip dates to October 30th, 2025, where students from Murray State University filmed it the moment it seemingly came down before disappearing completely.
Still just sitting there.
Look at it. That's wild.
Live right now, people are asking what it is.
According to astronomers and experts, 3I Atlas exited the solar system, behaving like a normal interstellar comet. While the widespread public believed in the narrative, others said it was nothing less than a presentation or a display by the authorities to maintain control.
Look at it. It's so long. Mom, are you watching the feed?
Mysterious sky glow. A student staying in a hostel in an undisclosed Spanish city noticed a strange sight just after midnight on October 21st, 2025. He woke to an unusual glow in the sky that immediately drew his attention. As he watched, he saw a bright opening among the clouds. At first, he thought it was a strong beam of light breaking through the cloud cover. Soon, he noticed unusual movement within the glowing area. The light shifted and rippled unnaturally, as if something moved inside. This convinced him it was not ordinary light, but something like a portal opening in the sky. With that area being deserted, he believes that the government may have been testing an actual making or opening the portal. Revolving circle. Even though some would call this sighting of a gigantic UFO, onlookers in Strasbourg, France, claimed this to be too hollow to be one. It was described to be a ring of light that was formed by a series of small objects or crafts that were moving in a circular formation. When all possibilities of UFOs or natural phenomena were ruled out, the only theory that was left behind was that this could be something related to the Project Bluebeam or something. Beachfront fire streak. In South Africa, beachgoers were stunned by an unusual sight. A massive red and yellow streak appeared in the sky. Its front shaped like a glowing cone. The light was so bright, it reflected vividly on the water, leaving people frozen and unsure of what they were seeing. Its unnatural glow hinted at something beyond ordinary phenomena. Witnesses reported that the streak vanished suddenly, just as mysteriously as it had appeared. Shortly after, authorities arrived, directing people away from the beach and labeling the event as a UFO sighting, fueling speculation and leaving the crowd questioning what had truly happened. Funeral appearance. During a funeral service held at St. John Brebeuf Church in Niles, Illinois, on September 13, 2014, one attendee not only witnessed, but managed to record a strange moment that unfolded mid-service. On the left side of the church, a glowing outline slowly appeared, first dim and barely visible, then growing brighter before vanishing suddenly, and it was not sunlight. A similar moment occurred years later on October 5, 2019, when worshippers at another church noticed something unusual and alerted security to review the footage. What one camera captured at Vineyard Church of Anaheim showed what appeared to be an angelic figure passing above the congregation. Now, even though this may seem quite doubtful to be real, a simple question of who'd pull such a slideshow in a gathering like this would say it all. Glowing swarm. While taking a walk in the park after dark, the author of this video noticed a swarm of unknown objects that were glowing. Initially, they were thought to be anything from an insect to the possibilities of being a kind of mini drone. As he got closer, discovered this glowing nature to be more of an effect of bioluminescence. Traces of these swarms were also spread apart in the sky, which further made it hard to make a difference between which one of them was shining stars in the sky and which ones were not. Lighted skyline. In the night sky of Shanghai, This unusual aerial activity began randomly on December 11th, 2025. A long, glowing object was seen moving steadily across the sky, and trailing it were 3 smaller objects spinning in formation, almost as if they were escorting the larger light. It is difficult to determine whether these could be classified as UFOs or perhaps a visible part of some fully cloaked aircraft. It stayed until sunrise, when it started moving and, in a matter of minutes, disappeared in the sky. A very similar sighting was reportedly seen in the sky over Perth, Australia, causing fear and confusion among witnesses on December 23rd, 2025. It appeared in the sky in a curved line and had small glowing orbs moving at the end of it. They appeared, gliding smoothly along its edges in a controlled way. After the sighting, though nothing much of concern happened, the repeated appearance of it raised concern among locals and many conspiracy theorists, as authorities gave no clear explanation. Light anomaly. On April 28, 2025, another unusual incident was reported in California. On a rainy night, a man filming from his driveway recorded something entirely unexpected. A bright, glowing light appeared behind a parked car and began moving erratically through the area. The glow intensified, pulsing as if sending out waves of energy, before a loud thunderclap and smoke followed. Seconds later, a metallic sphere seemed to emerge from the light, almost like a UFO passing through a portal. Residents described it as the first physical crossing by otherworldly visitors ever witnessed in California. Blue Gateway. Late at night on a silent road, a man spotted a glowing blue object floating in the sky above and started filming. What drew his focus was that there was something beyond within the blue-like opening. What? The shape appeared hollow, with a constant light shining from within, as though it led into another space, instead of reflecting light outward. Whether this was a portal into a different dimension or some type of projection, supporting the government's claims, like part of the Project Blue Beam.
Hey, what the
Second sun. Sightings like this shouldn't come as a surprise, especially with long-standing claims that governments have experimented with blocking the sun or creating artificial light sources. On August 4th, 2024, residents of Okinawa, Japan, were left stunned after noticing an unknown luminous object that closely resembled the sun appearing in the sky around sunset. It was not as bright as the real sun next to it, but the size looked similar, along with several dotted-type textures that it had all over. Could it be that the government made something like an artificial sun and launched it prematurely as part of some testing? Golden probes. From the top of a building, a security guard started filming after spotting something incredible in the night sky. Above the city, a bunch of golden lights just hung there, completely still. No blinking, no drifting, no fading, just floating silently. Things got even weirder nearby. Above the clouds, a wide blue glow slowly brightened and dimmed, spreading across the sky like it had a life of its own. Watching it, a lot of people started thinking the same terrifying thing. Something not from this world was up there, using that blue glow as power, while the golden lights below hovered like scouts, keeping watch. Colorful sky display. On April 10th, 2025, in Vancouver, Canada, a bizarre event began to unfold in the cloudy sky where flashes of colorfully illuminated bolts appeared above the city, creating a display that couldn't be ignored. This clearly didn't look like the doing of any UFO or UAP, but rather something more along the lines of a phenomenon. With no such phenomenon ever having occurred in this city before, it didn't take long before many started to speculate that this was done by the government experimenting using methods such as cloud seeding as part of making a rainbow. Buildings in the sky. In Mendoza, Argentina, residents witnessed a startling sight as multiple tall buildings seemed to emerge from behind the clouds. The area below appeared to be the sea, making their presence impossible. The recorder noted that the reflections from the building's windows confirmed they looked real. These structures had never been seen before, leaving observers with the possibility that this was perhaps a portal that had been opened in the sky. Another possibility was that perhaps it was a bold stunt orchestrated by extraterrestrials. Energy of cathedral. A strange event was captured atop a cathedral steeple in Poland on April 1st, 2025. A video initially showed what appeared to be simple lights, but it was soon confirmed that no lights had been installed there. This led many to believe the phenomenon was a manifestation of etheric energy being activated. Witnesses and churchgoers began to feel they were experiencing a moment similar to that of Revelation and seeing the cathedral as more than just a place of worship. After the footage was shared online, the church saw a surge of visitors hoping their prayers would be answered, drawn by the mysterious display. According to one of the church attendees, however, this was a planted display, either by the church or the government, as a form of control. Releasing UAP. A traveler captured a startling scene while visiting the Blue Ridge Hills. Late at night, a vivid blue light suddenly appeared in the sky. At its center, a glowing object could be seen, surrounded by rapidly spinning lights. Gradually, the object began releasing small pods or luminous orbs, which drifted toward the ground in different directions. After a few moments, the spiraling light abruptly disappeared, leaving the night sky calm once again. The traveler was left in awe, convinced that the phenomenon was extraordinary. While it was ruled by the mainstream media to be otherworldly, sources believe these were actually the doing of the government as experiments for silently surveilling the masses. Strange lighting effect. The night sky of Denmark was lighted completely by strange lights on February 16th, by its randomness and bizarre effect that gathered a large crowd. It started with a bright beam of light that appeared from within the sky just above a thick cloud for only a couple of seconds, before the source's shape shifted and the entire signature disappeared. This repeated several times in the sky. By the end of the clip, a brighter form of projection can be seen where two different beams of light converge on a single point, which may or may not be its original source. Descended Peruvian cloud. In Peru, beachgoers were enjoying a sunny day by the shore when their attention was drawn to a peculiar cloud on the horizon. At first, most dismissed it as a normal formation, but as the sun began to set, the cloud drifted closer towards the ground and grew noticeably larger, captivating everyone on the beach. Its unusual shape and sudden behavior sparked speculation. Could it simply be a natural phenomenon, or might it be the result of government experiments, such as cloud seeding or other atmospheric manipulation? Some even wondered if something was concealed within it, though nothing was ever confirmed. Blinking swarm. In the early hours of November 24th, 2024, residents of Arizona were startled by an unusual phenomenon in the night sky. Hundreds, possibly thousands of lights appeared, flashing rapidly across the horizon. Observers quickly ruled out conventional aircraft, and while drones were considered, the altitude and sheer number of lights made that explanation unlikely. Some speculated they could be UFOs, UAPs, or even low-orbit satellites, but no definitive answer has emerged. Whatever it was, it appeared to be a massive swarm, creating an unusually striking and unsettling spectacle in the sky. The event has left both locals and skywatchers baffled, with the true origin and nature of the mysterious lights still unexplained. Falling flare. One night in California, several friends unexpectedly noticed a strange event in the sky when a bright flare appeared.
Boy, that shit's dropping on Earth.
Moving downward while leaving a glowing orange trail behind it. As it continued descending, The light slowly faded until it vanished completely. The flare disappeared without leaving any trace, which meant there was no debris to examine and no clear way to identify what it was. All they had was the video recording, and based on that alone, they were unable to determine whether it was part of a satellite, an unusual space rock, or something far more mysterious.
Hey, bro, it's gonna start shaking. Hey, bro, that might be a plane, fool.
Downtown beam. In Shenyang, China, drivers and pedestrians were stunned when an unusual opening appeared in the sky, sending intense beams of light down toward a large shopping mall. The event, which took place in September 2021, was sudden and visually striking, making its true cause difficult to identify. The light rays and their apparent point of origin looked highly unnatural, leading many to compare the scene to a portal or an abduction beam often associated with UFO sightings. Given the area's strong security presence, some observers speculated that the phenomenon could have involved undisclosed government activity, later framed as something extraterrestrial to avoid public concern. Despite widespread attention, no official explanation has ever been released, leaving the incident surrounded by mystery. Unknown Skybeam. Residents throughout the town were stunned by an unexpected sight when a vivid blue beam suddenly cut through the sky in broad daylight. It remained perfectly still, glowing with such intensity that it illuminated the ground below. There were no sounds, and nothing obvious that could explain its appearance. Just a towering, inexplicable column that made it look like a type of elevator. With no nearby events and no military installation in the area, footage of the phenomenon quickly drew attention, spreading rapidly online. Viewers everywhere were left asking the same question: what exactly caused that radiant beam to appear in the sky above them? Orb descent.
Bro, what the What?
Not every glowing object in the night sky can be dismissed as a star or the moon. To see why, observers in Palmdale and Lancaster, California, reported unusual lights positioned above tall poles. The lights, containing blue and red orbs within them, slowly moved downward toward the ground. At times, their appearance even resembled the lighting of a police vehicle. Some speculated the lights acted as a signal, possibly intended to attract extraterrestrial attention. It felt as though a message had been sent, though no meaning. Triple arrival. During a daytime report in Turkey, a journalist and nearby residents witnessed an astonishing scene. 3 massive, disc-shaped objects suddenly appeared in the sky, hovering silently. They bore no resemblance to aircraft, drones, or any known human technology, prompting observers to identify them as UFOs. The coordinated appearance of all 3 led to speculation about a planned operation rather than a random event. Some even suggested the possibility of secret government agreements or cooperation with extraterrestrial entities, which could explain the sudden and bold display. Whether a signal, a test, or something more deliberate, the incident left people questioning how close humanity might be to discovering the truth. Restricted airspace mystery. New restrictions were suddenly imposed across parts of New York and New Jersey, but the official explanations raised more questions than answers. Reports had surfaced of glowing, unidentified objects hovering above populated areas.
Drone sightings lead to new restrictions for parts of New York,
drawing nationwide attention. Authorities acknowledged the sightings, but stopped short of offering clear details, only confirming they were not typical drones. The activity reportedly began in New Jersey, where witnesses described large craft-like objects emitting shifting, colorful lights, unlike any known aircraft. Soon after, the FAA restricted flights in more than 22 locations, calling it a precaution. While media coverage followed, official statements remained vague. To many, the silence and sudden restrictions suggest a deliberate effort to control the narrative, hinting that officials may know far more than they are willing to reveal. The video has definitely reached its end. I will see you again with another wow video. Until then, you can check these other videos out. for a wow dose of entertainment and knowledge.